The Denver International Airport has been the subject of many conspiracy theories going all the way back to the project's initial announcement. A rabbit hole nearly as bottomless as the rumored tunnels buried beneath the tarmac. From its nearly endless construction projects, funded with billions of dollars from shadow organizations that seemingly do not exist, rumored doomsday bunkers and secret underground military complexes, to its secret society symbolism hinting at the destruction of the known world. In this video, we'll be covering every single theory I could dig up. First of all, the DIA is geographically prime tactical real estate, almost perfectly in the middle of the United States, protecting it from attacks by sea, and lots of rock to tunnel into, protecting it from even the most devastating weapons known to man. It is much more viable as a command center than Washington, D.C. in the event of an extended engagement on U.S. soil. NORAD, or the Strategic Missile Defense Program, is at the Cheyenne Mountain Complex just 80 miles away. And in September of 2011, as the comet Elenin was making a dangerously close pass by the Earth, President Obama flew directly to the Denver International Airport. Just something to keep in mind as we continue. One of DIA's most famous oddities is the 32-foot horse statue at the airport's approach, fondly named Lucifer. And the rumor of the horse being evil is kind of true. In the 1990s, while the DIA was in its initial building phase, the city of Denver commissioned the piece from artist Luis Jimenez. While working on the 9,000-pound fiberglass horse, the head of the beast separated and fell onto its creator. The impact severed the artery in Jimenez's leg, causing him to pass away. But did this dark tragedy deter the project's benefactors? No. They paid to have the work finished by his family and 2 other artists. Subjectively, I have to say the horse looks evil, and it's a strange choice for the airport seeing as it was delivered 10 years late and it had a body count. The airport's opening in 1995 was commemorated with a permanent rock slab known as the Dedication Stone. This rock is yet another point of origin for conspiracy theories, as it mentions the New World Airport Commission, a group responsible for the additional funding of the airport, which went more than $2 billion over budget, a group which has never been identified. The stone features a prominent large symbol representing the Freemasons, a legitimate secret society. Many people belong to a Masonic lodge or club, but at its lower levels, it is basically just a gentleman's club, unless you're considered to be exceptional. To reach the higher levels or even be considered, you have to be exceptionally talented, wealthy, or influential. In its higher levels, it is a legitimate secret society, complete with rituals and occult practices, and its highest level is 33, which is odd because the date on the dedication stone adds up to 33. And let's not overlook the stone's mention of a mysterious time capsule that is hidden within the airport, not to be opened until 2094. Gargoyles were traditionally meant to protect buildings and those within them, warding off evil spirits and devouring the souls of any that got too close, usually perched on top of buildings facing outward. The Denver International Airport also features several gargoyles, but theirs are facing inward, and also some are shown inside suitcases. Traditionally, you'd face gargoyles outward. Is the DIA trying to keep something trapped inside the perimeter of the building? When travelers first started flying into the sparkling new Denver International Airport, many of them were stunned to see what appeared to be a swastika down below. It turns out the lines that form the tarmac and the runway just happened to be in that shape. An engineering coincidence, as according to airport officials, this provided the most efficient way to get the most planes in and out the fastest and left room for future expansion. But that becomes debatable quickly when you look into the metrics of which airports have those shapes and have been expanded, or which airports have the most traffic. So if it actually isn't the most efficient shape, why would the airport's benefactors want a symbol that is so synonymous with hate and world domination? One of the most disturbing things about the airport is the selection of murals that were originally hung throughout it. The main mural was painted by Mayan artist Leo Tanguma and consisted across 4 walls. Overall, the murals seemed to tell the story of an intended apocalypse. In the first mural, we see the forest and city burning in the background of a macabre funeral. The next mural immediately shocking as we see a terrifying fascistic soldier adorned in a gas mask running the dove of peace through with his sword, as gray waves of some kind of poisonous gas coal the world's population. Interestingly enough, this part of the mural has a plaque embedded in the floor in front of it showing an AU-AG symbol, which are commonly used as the periodic symbols for silver and gold, but Baruch Samuel Bloomberg, an alleged financial backer of the airport, discovered a deadly strain of hepatitis known as the Australian antigen, which has been referred to in shorthand as AU-AG, although its proper alchemical abbreviation is HBsAg. The third wall of the mural shows children from around the world handing over the weapons from their countries and giving them to a boy who is molding them into something else. The gas-masked soldier is dead, with 2 doves resting on his rifle, insinuating that once war and this bioweapon have served their respective purposes, there will be no need for weapons in the new harmonious world of creation. Mural 4 shows a Christ or Antichrist figure surrounded by happy people ready to enjoy this new Garden of Eden. So why do people think there could be a doomsday bunker or military base buried under the airport? First of all, the airport was supposed to take 3 years to build at a budget of $2.4 billion. But the site took 5 years to build at a price tag of over $4.8 billion, which automatically piqued the interest of conspiracy theorists way back in the day. Construction began in 1990 with 5 massive hub buildings to be the center of the airport. Then, as soon as they were built, the contractors were told to bury them. The airport sits on a 58 square mile plot of land, which itself is above hundreds of miles of tunnels. The tunnels in use today are massive, wide enough to fit 2 trucks in side by side, and are mostly used as roadways for baggage handling carts. Another expansive system of tunnels was built for the airport's state-of-the-art automated baggage delivery system. The problem was, it sucked. Often dropping people's luggage and losing it forever, the system proved too expensive to maintain. And not unlike those first 5 buildings that were built and buried, the system of tunnels that housed the automated baggage system were sealed off instead of being repurposed. Once again, fanning the flames of theories about the secret uses of the underground facilities. A third system of tunnels were built for the airport's underground train system, complete with 16 different train cars. Passengers traveling on the train have reported seeing dozens of blocked-off tunnels going further underground. One former employee reported getting lost in the tunnel system while working maintenance and finding a downward spiral-angled tunnel blocked off by a locked gate, only to be confronted by armed men in another cart and sent on his way. Another anecdotal report came from a temporary worker claiming there were expansive barracks and a sprinkler system set up in order to sterilize and disinfect people entering the area, which is a chilling thought when combined with the Australian antigen theory. When the site was quote-unquote completed 2 years late in 1995, it was roughly 100% over budget, coming in at a grand total of $4.8 billion. So yes, that's an extra $2.5 billion, which makes sense because they didn't just build an airport. They built an entirely self-sustaining city underground and then built an airport on top of it. The airport even has its very own sustainable power plant. Currently, 4 photovoltaic solar arrays are operating on Denver International Airport property, with a combined capacity of 10 megawatts. That's enough electricity to power over 2,500 typical Denver area homes. But the airport only uses 20% solar power in its daily usage, so where's all that extra power going? The DIA has both state-of-the-art air and water filtration systems, and with both a water distillation plant and a reverse osmosis plant on site, I don't think they'll be running out of water anytime soon. To recap, Devil Horse, Secret Society Time Capsule, End of the World Reset Murals, billions of additional dollars, and multiple years in construction, which is still ongoing to this day. Enough infrastructure to run a small city indefinitely. Hardened against attack and cataclysm. Gargoyles.
Warning. Unauthorized communication.